but at the moment Barça have still not received a positive feedback from the player, still waiting for the player to tell them what he wants to do. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Fabrizio Romano here as always to keep you posted on the transfer market, and today guys we touch on Marc Guiu, the Barcelona talent with Chelsea attack, but also Omorodion, Joshua Zirkzee, Leny Yoro, much more. Let's jump into it together. Let me start today's video by mentioning one of the news of the night, something I already reported to you 2 days ago, telling you that Chelsea and Bayern were showing concrete interest in Barcelona talented striker Marc Guiu, the boy who already scored for Barça first team, playing sometimes also with the Barça second team to have some minutes, and with a special release clause into his contract, 6 million euros. A big opportunity that many clubs around Europe considered, because when you have this kind of talent, it's such an opportunity to go for him, trigger the clause and reach an agreement with the player. And this is what Chelsea want to do, because Chelsea have started the attack for Marc Guiu. Already 2 days ago, Chelsea were in the mix. We confirmed the interest from two clubs, Chelsea and Bayern. These two clubs were really pushing for Marc Guiu for this clause, because Bayern considered that possibility. Bayern are also still pushing for Chido Obi Martin, the talent of Arsenal, the superstar of Arsenal Academy, one of many, because Arsenal have many fantastic talents, and for Chido, Bayern are still in the mix. And then, on the other side, they consider also Marc Guiu. But at the moment, Chelsea have overtaken Bayern because they had positive contacts with the player side, agent and family over the weekend. So Chelsea are working on it. Chelsea are insisting on this possibility. It's not a done deal yet, but Chelsea are really pushing with the project they presented to the player. There is also a possibility already discussed with the agents of the player to send eventually Marc Guiu to Strasbourg. It's not decided yet. The signing is still being planned together with the player, his agent. So Chelsea are presented several possibilities. So let's see if it's gonna be straight to the Chelsea first squad and then decision, or maybe planning that with Strasbourg. It will also depend on the player's wish to be discussed with Chelsea, but the discussions between Chelsea and Marc Guiu are advancing. What about Barcelona? Barça presented a new contract proposal to Marc Guiu, and they believe that it was a good proposal in terms of salary, in terms of project, but at the moment Barça have still not received a positive feedback from the player, still waiting for the player to tell them what he wants to do. So Barcelona believe that their contract proposal was a good one, was a good project, a good proposal, a good salary, but still waiting for the player to make his final decision. And now they are aware of this Chelsea attack for Marc Guiu. The interest from Bayern is also still there, but now Chelsea are front runners in this race. So for sure, one to watch. And one to watch has been in the last 2 weeks Omorodion, the Atletico Madrid striker, with Chelsea bidding for him, West Ham too, interest from Italy, especially from Napoli. So these three clubs were interested. From Napoli was interest, but it really depends on what happens with Victor Osimhen, so still not presenting any proposal. West Ham presented the proposal, it was almost 20 days ago, 32 million euros, but Atletico Madrid said no. And then Chelsea, in the recent days, presented a proposal at the beginning of last week. That bid was for 40 million euros package, and also included. Atletico Madrid said no. Chelsea were still in contact in the recent days with the agents of the player, keep asking about the possibility to go for Omorodion, trying to understand also the player position. And I can confirm to you what we always said in the recent days. Omorodion is very happy at Atletico Madrid. Omorodion would love to play for Atletico Madrid. He's not desperate at all to leave the club. So he's keeping that up to the club, and the club position, Atletico Madrid position, is quite clear. They insisted in the last 2-3 days with clubs interested on their position. They want to keep Omorodion. So rejected 32, rejecting 40. They want to keep Omorodion and give him the chance to be an Atletico Madrid player. Then, if a crazy proposal will arrive, this could change the story. The release clause is 80 million euros, but for sure, Atletico Madrid's mission, intention, and clear position in the recent days has been to keep Omorodion and to trust him for present and future of the club, also because Atleti believe that with a good season, he could also be worth big money in the future. So Atletico are very, very happy with the investment they made for Omorodion, and they keep trusting him. As in Italy, we keep waiting for the situation of Joshua Zirkzee. We know that nothing has changed in the recent days, so despite many rumors we had, at the moment it's still the same situation, with AC Milan agreeing on the contract of the player, on the salary of the player. Also the player is keen on the move, so everything is advancing with AC Milan in terms of player side, but still waiting on the commission, so that remains the issue between Milan and Joshua Zirkzee, so we have no substantial update yet on that story. On Manchester United, also nothing has changed so far. Let's see what they discuss internally next week, because Manchester United next week, also with Erik ten Hag involved, we start discussing more about their transfer targets, the centre-back with Branthwaite, who remains a topic at Manchester United, and Joshua Zirkzee, because for Zirkzee, they took informations in the recent weeks, already last week and this week, informed on the release clause, the value of the clause, every single detail. But at the moment, Manchester United have still not communicated with Bologna, have still not informed Bologna of their will to trigger the release clause. So despite the reports we had in the recent days, we still have to wait and see when and how Manchester United will move on the Joshua Zirkzee story. At the moment, they are not still in the process to complete this signing. They're still at early stages of the process. Now, he's on Man United and he's also on Milan, because we don't have to forget Milan, and we don't have to forget that Milan have the player kind of message in the recent weeks. So the message from the player was always very clear, happy to go to Milan. They got an agreement on the salary, an agreement on the contract, but still waiting on the commission for the agent, a crucial point of this story. So waiting on that one. Also waiting on Leny Yoro, because Real Madrid, guys, let me clarify something on this. I saw many reports in the recent days saying that Leny Yoro communicated to Real Madrid that he wants to go to Real Madrid. Guys, Leny Yoro already informed Real Madrid of his desire to go there in October, November. So at that point, Leny Yoro communicated to his agent and also to Real Madrid his desire to be a Real Madrid player. So Yoro wants Real Madrid. Yoro would love to join Real Madrid, and Yoro priority remains Real Madrid. He wants to go to Real Madrid. Now, the situation remains on Real Madrid hands. They have to decide whether they want to proceed with this signing and get it done or not. So now it's on Real Madrid. Nacho is going to Saudi Pro League, to Al Qadsiya, so for sure now they need to assess their options for the centre-backs, and Leny Yoro will wait for Real Madrid. PSG and also Liverpool, the clubs interested in Leny Yoro, know that they have to wait for Real Madrid. They have a chance only in case Real Madrid leaves the race, but Real Madrid at the moment are still there in contact with the player. But the player decision to give priority to Real Madrid is there already since October, November, and that's not changed. He wants to go to Real Madrid. So let's see what Real Madrid will decide to do in this story. We will enter into an important week. Madsen to Aston Villa is a here we go. The contract is done. Medical to £37.5 million to Chelsea. Kellyman to Chelsea from Aston Villa, £19 million. So this deal is completed. Douglas Luiz to Juventus will also be completed with medical test. Enzo Barrenechea and Samuel Ealing Jr. to Aston Villa with €28 million with medical to be completed this week. And so we enter into important days. And so guys, let me know your thoughts on all these stories from Marc Guiu and Chelsea. What's your feeling on that one, but also the situation of Joshua Zirkzee, Omorodion, and all the other stuff, including Leny Yoro. I wait for your opinion here in comments. Like this video, turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. See you soon with Fabrizio. Ciao.